This Pioneer Field Agronomist Scott Eversgerd, the week of June 13th agronomy update. Looks like the warmer temperatures this weekend definitely brought the wheat crop on very quickly. Some harvest began late last week, over the weekend, and by the middle of this week, early this week, should be in the midst of harvest. If you have the opportunity to harvest the wheat at a little bit higher moisture, above 13th, above dry, and protect that quality. We do have a chance of storms coming in this week, a couple days, and we all know once the wheat gets dry in the field and we start to get rain on it, we can see the quality and test weight go down pretty quick. So the earliest opportunity, when you can handle the grain, you're better off to get it out of the field and artificially dry it at that point. From a corn standpoint, corn continues to grow, definitely getting the heat we desire now. But with that heat, we definitely saw this weekend, we started to see some of those mistakes we may have made early in the spring. Started to see some corn roll, so definitely seeing some issues there with stress on the corn plant. With that said, if we can get some relief from a little bit of rain, a little bit of cooler temperatures, corn plant's going to continue to put on about 2.5 to 3 leaves a week. So this stuff is going to grow very, very quickly. With that said, some of the earlier stuff, be thinking about your fungicide applications. Those VT to R1 applications are not very far away, and if we stay on schedule, look at a lot of this earlier corn pollinating somewhere around the last week of June. So it's a good time to be making preparations to go ahead and get the corn sprayed with fungicide if that's the decision you're going to make. Along those same lines, some of the later planted corn then is now we're seeing some of the pre-herbicides maybe break and not holding anymore. Seeing some weeds come in the corn. So from that standpoint, make sure you're watching the labels very closely as you're making any applications to this corn, as most labels stop around 30 to 36 inches for anything going over the top. Even something as we think as safe as glyphosate only has a 30-inch label. So be watching your labels very closely if you're going to be post-spraying any corn. On the same spraying standpoint, when it comes to soybeans, a lot of the soybeans are now in that time frame, that 21 to 28 days after planting. We need to be making those post applications. The water hemp doesn't seem to be stressed by the hot weather near as much as the crop, and the water hemp is growing very quickly. I saw water hemp over the weekend appear that it was growing that 1 to 2 inches a day. So it's definitely growing very quickly. So make those post applications timely, and definitely use a mix of herbicides as you're going after that water hemp in the beans. As always, if you have any other questions, please contact your local Pioneer rep. Thanks.